Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the All Star Wrestling Review Series for the of um, 16th of August, 1980, and we continue our foray into this very unique, interesting time in wrestling history, but also within how we kind of see the value of moving forward in that way, and kind of, again, lots of interesting times here to be had for wrestling fans as the summer of 1980 is in full swing. Actually, almost running to a close within a couple of weeks here. Anyway, we have over 1,800 of these available on a variety of wrestling related topics, old school, new school, all points in between. And this is, as mentioned, the 16th of um, of August, hosted by Vince McMahon, Bruno Sammartino, including Larry Zbyszko and Bill Berger from Championship Wrestling on the 9th of the same month. We will cover that because that is not available anywhere, I don't think, anyway. Zbyszko, again, coming around with the blue jacket. Zbyszko at the peak of his heeldom here, and obviously working towards, or actually Burgess is the blue jacket, but Zbyszko working towards the biggest match in a lot of people's minds of his career, of course, the showdown with Bruno Sammartino, and again, lots of basic stalling by Zbyszko trying to stay on the outside of the ring. Also, Bruno basically implying that, in fact, Zbyszko is trying to avoid him and not really ready. Zbyszko watching on with, or Sammartino watching on with bated breath, so to speak. Doesn't necessarily believe that Larry is as ready as he thinks he is for the show at Shea Stadium. A float over into a suplex, and Zbyszko is happy with his victory there. And of course, Larry Zbyszko would go on to be a major force just about everywhere, and there is brawling and a layout by Zbyszko post match, and again, Larry Zbyszko trying to do everything he possibly can, striking a referee and getting all sorts of heel heat and wonder on other adversaries along the way. And Zbyszko, probably one of the top heels in the time here in 1980. We move forward though, more matches, more. I guess you'd say chaos. You could say chaos. Anyway, as we continue to foray into Tony Atlas defeating Johnny Rods via submission, full Nelson 648 after the bout. Um, Bruno Sammartino interviewing Atlas, calling him a friend, and all of that. Don't know that this match needs to be 648. Tony is better in short sprint matches at the time anyway, but certainly trying to get Tony Atlas over for matches with Hulk Hogan and other individuals. The power matches, the Ken Patera Feud, which I think they brought over from Georgia earlier in the year. Uh, Lots of grappling, and we see Roz trying to get any advantage he possibly can, cutting Tony off and trying to get things going in his general direction as quickly and simply as he can. Shots to the top of the head by Atlas. Atlas not willing to take any backward steps there. Side headlock, cranking up on it and getting as much of a impact as he possibly can along the way there. We then see again Tony Atlas doing in this incarnation the Greco-Roman knuckle lock and trying to get as much of a advantage as he is capable. Hard shots by Roz. Roz taking him to the outside of the ring, getting a few cheap shots in, coming back in. Tony Atlas using a full Nelson, almost as if to send a message metaphorically to Ken Patera. Patera, of course, known for the swinging full Nelson at the same time. Tony Atlas continues to come back and kind of indirectly call himself lazy, saying he's not particularly thrilled about having to get up and go to the gym every day, but the fans give him ability to do that and inspiration to do that. I don't know that that's necessarily the oh shucks promo that you'd expect from the guy, but it's what he gives here. In any event, Lou Albano returns, this time with, I believe, only one of the Wild Samoans. Let me take a peek here for a further clarification. But Albano coming back with the Samoans, as it were, and tag team champions Alpha with Captain Lou Albano defeating Rick McGraw 6:37 with a headbutt. Still the champions here. Not a lot known about where Sika would be on that particular day, or at least not something I'd know 41 years later. But anyway, McGraw manages to roll through on Alpha with a couple of head scissors, but punch kick mentality of Alpha and Albano trying to lead him along, including nerve holds and the other such. Still, the tag team champions are the Samoans here in the summer of 1980, and they have been pretty dominant champions throughout, as tag team champions often are. Tag team champions many times in this promotion, closing the show. And a win via the headbutt is a pretty big deal, because headbutt is a pretty major deal for Alpha and Sika at the time. Couple of go behinds, couple of pretty hard shots, and some basic things along the way. Then we come back to action. Rick Martell is the main feature in the next contest. Martell, of course, having been around for a little bit here, not exactly, around all the time, but around for a good bit of time here, and managing to get an advantage wherever he can. Doesn't get every advantage he wants, but Martell being pushed as a babyface who eventually is going to go on to greater things. At least that's the way he's portrayed by the announcers and anybody who truly matters anyway at the time. And so Martell in the contest here, defeating Jose Estrada 902 with a Huracan run after fighting off interference from Captain Lou Albano late in the bout. Fan tries to attack Albano with a chair, and after the bout, Bruno interviews Martell at ringside. Martell once again having a little bit of difficulty with the idea of being a single star, and also the promo not where his strength is. Rods, or Estrada rather, cutting him off arm bars and the like, very basic style. Martell taking him down with the leg crimping and then kind of brawling out of the corner. Not sure that this match needed to be 9 minutes, although you're trying to get Martell over as a guy who could be championship caliber, and something like a Martell Ken Patera match could come out of that, or any of the members of, guys that would face off against a guy like Captain Lou Albano, something like that. But anyway, Martell trying to come up from underneath, and I think the match going on longer than intended might actually have been to do with the fan trying to interfere. Rod's trying to, Estrada trying to get the advantage there, and Captain Lou Albano coming down to the ring to try to interfere, kind of setting up some of the maybe Samoans and against Martell and a partner. Martell probably brought in at the time to be a major tag team run there. Fan going wild at Albano in the run there, and swinging wildly. Caught about maybe 15, 20 to 30 seconds of it on television. Fan takes some rather wild swings. Older gentlemen don't exactly know where that's going along the way there. Anyway, so Bruno interviews Martell. Martell basically says he's looking to be in the best and be the best. And Martell, again, awkward with a promo, but a very strong athlete, and so they kind of forgive that. Sergeant Slaughter makes his debut here, at least for this time around. And a debut for Sergeant Slaughter in this particular vein is, I guess you'd say pretty admirable / something to be kind of looked after as a good thing. Sergeant Slaughter in this time period, few are better as a big man who can move around anyway. Sergeant Slaughter with the Grand Wizard defeating Ricky Stallone via submission 342 with the Cobra Clutch. I believe this is actually the first run for Slaughter and in this incarnation in the time period, but he manages to go at Stallone. Stallone trying to get pretty aggressive very early, doesn't necessarily get everything he wants there, but manages to perk up again with Slaughter. Slaughter not necessarily willing to take any backward steps, cinches up on the arm and gets all he can out of the process, and a body slam. And then the Cobra Clutch leads to the victory for Sergeant Slaughter. We'll be back with more right after this.